Hi everyone, welcome to the video lecture presentation on EC8393 Fundamentals of Data Structures in C. This video we are going to see the topic Pointer Arithmetic in Unit 2. This is Satish Pandian, Assistant Professor, Department of CSE, Government College of Engineering, Bodinaikanur. So the topic is a pointer arithmetic, that is arithmetic operations on pointer. So there are only two arithmetic operations normally we can do on pointers. One is addition, another one is subtraction. Generally arithmetic operations are addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. So here these two only we can able to perform on pointer. We cannot perform a multiplication and division. So pointer, in the previous video already we seen, a pointer is nothing but a variable that contain addresses. So normally addresses are stored in pointer. So that address value either we can increment or decrement. That is, we can add or subtract on pointers. We cannot able to divide or multiply. So to understand this addition and subtraction or a pointer arithmetic, just take an example. P1 be an integer pointer with a current value of 2000. Okay, for example, it is like this. So consider this a memory. Okay, this a memory. So memory is divided into fixed size cells like this. Okay, so each location contain address. For example, this location contain the address 2000. Okay, so that 2000 is now pointed by P1. So pointer P1, it's an integer pointer whose current value is 2000. So now pointer points this location. Okay, so pointer P1 points the location 2000. Okay, also assumes integer are 2 byte long. Okay, so normally integer varies from compiler, either it may be 2 byte long or 4 byte long. So consider here integer size is 2 byte. So now I am doing pointer increment. Okay, this is a arithmetic operation on a pointer. We are incrementing pointer. So P1 is a pointer, I am incrementing. If it is a normal variable, suppose whose value is 10, if I use plus plus, the result we will get 11. The value will be 1 will be added to the variable value. But here P1 is a pointer. When you use increment operator, here already given the pointer is a integer pointer. Okay, so pointer is an integer pointer, and also here we taken integer is 2 byte long. Okay, so when we are performing increment operation like this, the pointer value gets added by 2 because each integer 2 bytes of memory will be allocated. When now while using P1 plus plus, now the pointer will go to this location. Okay, so this is 2002. Okay, so it is not 2001, it will go to 2002 because P1 is a pointer. While incrementing the pointer, based upon the type of pointer, the increment happens. Okay, here it is integer pointer. Integer we assumed 2 byte long, so 2 bytes will be incremented once you increment the pointer. So the new location will be 2002, not 2001. Okay. Next, same thing we can do it for decrement operation, like what we did for increment, same thing for decrement. Suppose you consider P1 is a pointer whose initial address is 2000, then while using P1 minus minus, it is not 1999, it is 1998. So 2 bytes will be decremented because P1 is an integer pointer whose size is 2 bytes, integer size is 2 bytes. So 2 bytes we have to decrement from this location. Okay, so that it is able to point a previous value. Okay, so what we explained here, increment decrement, that is given in terms of a diagram. Okay, so here instead of character pointer, there we took integer pointer, here character pointer is used. Okay, so character is a data type, star indicate pointer, ch is a name of the pointer. So initially whose location is 300. Okay, so whenever you are doing increment, so here it is given. Okay, so if ch value is 300, when I am putting ch plus 1, it is 301, ch plus 2 302, ch plus 3 303, because here it's a character pointer. Whenever you are incrementing the pointer like this, so character we know that 1 byte long, character size is 1 byte. So 1 will be incremented. Initial CH is 3000. When it is CH plus 1, 1 byte will be added to this. So 3001 we will get. Similarly, plus 2 means 3002. Like that we are getting memories. So increment and decrement are not limited. Even an integer value can be added. So here example we used just a plus plus minus minus like that. So here just we used increment operator and a decrement operator. Similarly, we can also add one integer to the pointer value. So here it is example. Okay. So P1 is a pointer. So now with that pointer we are adding the integer value 12. Okay. So what is the meaning of this means suppose this pointer P1 contain the location 2000. Okay. So how to use 2000. So plus 12 indicates plus. Okay. So 12 here if you take it's a integer pointer, integer size is 2 bytes. So here you have to multiply this 12 by 2. Okay. So we will get 12 into 2 24. So result is 2024. Now value of this pointer will be 2024. Okay. That is now the new P1 will point to the 12th element of its current location from the current location. Suppose P1 points to the first location at present. After this increment operation, P1 points to 13th element of the array. Okay. So that is calculated by this. Okay. So P1 plus 12 indicates P1 value plus 12 into the size of integer. Okay. So result is 2024. So we see in addition and subtraction. Similarly, we can able to compare two pointers. Okay. Relational operators we can use. Okay. That is in relational expression we can use pointers. Okay. For example, P and Q are two pointers. We can check like this. If P is less than Q, that is the memory address of P is less than Q. Like that we can check. We can display the value like this. Printf P points to lower memory than Q. So like that we can use less than, greater than, double equal to, like that relational operators we can use along with pointers. Okay. So these will not work, these operations. Okay. Addition of two pointers, we cannot add two pointers. Okay, like P plus Q, this is not possible. We can increment P plus plus Q plus plus or P plus 5 P plus 10, like that we can use, but we cannot add two pointers. Similarly, multiplying a pointer with a number, so that is a P star, P star 2. Okay, this multiplication is not allowed. Similarly, division is not allowed. P divided by 2. Okay, this kind of division also not allowed. Okay, so these operations not allowed on pointers. Okay. So to understand the pointer arithmetic better, the pointers can be used along with the arrays. So there is a close relationship between pointer and arrays. So consider the program fragment. Okay. So here data type we used a character. Str is the name of the character array. Okay, whose size is 80. P1 is here character pointer. So for the character data type we created, it's a character pointer. Now P1 contain the starting address of str. Okay. For example, you consider like this. So this is the array allocated for str. So str of 80 we use now. So this is str. Already array topic you studied in first unit. So this is array for str. Size is 80. So this is for index 0. This is 1 and then 2. Okay, like that it will go on. Okay. So final one is 79. Okay. So this is index 79, 0 to 79. So this is the array str. Okay. So now in P1 we are storing str. The meaning is P1 is a pointer. So the P1 points to first location of the array str. So this is the first location, that is str of 0. This location is pointed by the pointer P1. That is the use of this statement. Okay. So that is given here. P1 has been set to the address of the first array element in str. To access the fifth element, so to access first element, now this statement is enough. To access the second element, I have to increment the pointer by 1. To access the third element, I have to increment the pointer by 2. To access the fourth element or third element, to access third element, increment the pointer by 2. To access the fourth element, increment the pointer by 3. So like that, to access the fifth element, we have to increment the pointer by 4. So that is given like this. Okay. So this is general method what you studied in array. To access the fifth element of the array, you have to use str of 4, because str of 0 we have first element, str of 4 will contain the fifth element. This is how to use pointer. So star of p1 plus 4. So p1 generally points to the first element, plus 4 means plus 1 means second element, 2 means third element, 3 means fourth element, 4 means fifth element. So plus 4 means now the pointer points to fifth element of the array. Then if you use star of this value, we can take the value from the fifth location. So this is how to use or how to access the array using pointer. Okay. So here both statements str of 4 or star of p1 plus 4 will display the fifth element from the array str. So this is from integer point of view. So v of 5, it's a integer array whose values are given 1004, 2201, 3000, 432, 500. So everything is represented in this diagram. Okay, these are the 5 values. V of 0, we have this 1004, V of 1, 2201, V of 2, 3000, V of 3, 432, V of 4, 500. So now P, I created an integer pointer which is equal to V. The meaning of this statement is starting address of V is stored in P. That is now P points to first element, like here what we told, P1 points to first element of str. Similarly here P points to first element of this array. So first element is V of 0. Now this location is pointed by P. So now I use star P. So if you use star P, what output we are getting? So P points to this location, V of 0 location. So what value here we have? 1004. So here we are getting the output as 1004. Okay. So output of this statement is 1004, because P points to first location. So from P we are displaying the value. So we will get 1004. Now come to this statement. Now I am incrementing the pointer by 2. So by 2 means from the current location it moves to 2 values after. Okay. So P plus 1 means it points to second array element. P plus 2 means it points to third array element. So now the pointer points to third array element. Okay. So now if you use star P, we will get 3000. Okay. So now the pointer is in this place. If you use a p minus minus, okay. So now the pointer will point to previous array element, that is second array element. Now the pointer will go to here 2201. Okay. So this is the current location of pointer. Okay. Similarly, you can tell like this. This is the current location v of 1. Okay, after p minus minus. So the previous one is p minus 1. Next one is p plus 1, this one is p plus 2, this one is p plus 3. Okay. So based on the current location, we can indicate various values in the array. Okay. Similarly, this is just this example. Okay, here what we took same thing. Okay, so here I want to access the third element. Okay, so this is third element. So to access the third element, 4 different statements we can use. First two using normal array name. So here V is the array name. So whose index is third element index is V of 2. So we can use like this, V of 2 or 2 of V. In printf statement, either case you can use. We will get the output is 3000. Using pointer, I want to display value 3000 means pointer currently points to first location. To point second location, second value, we have to use p plus 1. To point third location or third element, we have to use p plus 2. So like that we have to use star of p plus 2 or star of 2 plus p. Okay. So now it will display third element of the array, that is 3000. Okay. So 4 statements will display the third array element, which is 3000 as output. Okay. So this is a pointer. Same thing we will discuss with an example. Okay. So now, so first we have to create one array. So integer x. So I'm going to use 5 elements in the array. So use x of 5. So here itself values are assigned for this array. Just 5 values, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So we are going to create a pointer now, integer star p. So p is a pointer. Now pointer we are going to store the array address. So how to use means it is like from our program. Here we use no p equal to star p equal to v, or simply this is a declaration and initialization. we are going to use a separate statement. So in the pointer variable, array name we have to use. So v of 5, this is we created as an array, so that array name we have to use. So here what is array name? X. So p equal to x, like that we have to use. So meaning of this statement is the starting address of or starting location of the integer array x is stored in the pointer p. That means now pointer p points to the first location or first element of the array. First element is 5. That is now pointed by or that location is pointed by pointer p. So this statement can also be used like this. P equal to, normally for storing address ampersand we are using ampersand x of 0 we can use. So what is x of 0? That is nothing but first element. Ampersand means array address. So address of first element is stored in pointer. Okay. So both are correct. Any one form we can use. Okay. So now p points to the first location or starting location of the array. So if I use a printf directly, so printf percentage %d comma, so here p is a pointer, so we have to use a star p in the printf statement, then only we will get a value. Simply p means only address information we are getting. So if you use star p, p already points to the starting location. If you use star p starting location, that is starting of the array, what value we got? 5. So we will get a 5 as output. We will check it. So compile the program. Okay, no errors, and execute it. So we are getting the output as 5. So the meaning is p points to first location. So if you display star of p, first array element is displayed. Suppose I want a third array element, here what I have to use? We have to use p plus 2. So p plus 1 means second element, p plus 2 means a third array element. So what is the third array element here? So third array element is 15. So now if you execute this program, we will get a 15 as output. So we are getting here 15. Okay. So that manner we can execute the entire array using pointers. Okay. So thank you. Thanks for watching this video.